XY Flashfire, Team Up, Hidden Fates, Obsidian Flames, Evolving Skies, Brilliant Stars, Chilling Rain, Cosmic Eclipse, Pokemon 151. Guys, today I have a video showcasing 20 investments for 2024 that you may or may not want to pick up. Let's get into it now. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing. 95% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, but if you have returned, I am truly grateful to you. Just to start things off, I just want to make it clear that this is not investment advice. I am not an investment advisor. Take this as my subjective opinion. Secondly, we're talking about investment here, and I need to start off with the premise that time in the market is better than timing the market. So whatever you buy from this list, if you decide you want to buy something from this list, I am assuming that you have the capital. This is not living money. You're not taking any loans, any credit cards whatsoever in order to purchase these products. I'm also assuming you have at least $2,000 because the list that I'm going to show you today assumes the value of the total if you were to buy one of each at around $2,000. So you might decide to buy one, several of each of these, or a combination of some of these products within said list that I'm going to provide you with. I'm also assuming that you have surplus funds. As I said before, you do not take out interest bearing credit cards, loans in order to buy these products. Interest rate on credit cards and loans will probably outstrip any investment capital appreciation you will make. Think of this as diversifying your portfolio. This is why I have 20 on the list. You don't have to buy all of these. You can buy some, one, or none. Do what you like. I don't care. We are diversifying the portfolio. The reason why there is a range of different products is so that if some outperform others, you don't lose any money as a minimum. What you must also do is make a spreadsheet and keep an accurate log of everything you bought, where you bought it, how much you paid for it, and when you bought it. What I'd also suggest is, highly suggest is, you must bubble wrap, put these and store them very, very safely away. All prices have been taken from TCG Player or eBay, wherever best possible. Some products are not in stock in certain countries. I'm in the UK. This video is, my audience base is mainly UK, US, and Canada, and some Australia. So thank you to all the Aussies watching me from across the deep dark pond. However, make sure that you consider conversion rates. All prices are in US dollars, just to make things simple. So let's get into it. Just for transparency also, I just thought I'd let you know that everything you see on this list, I have personally invested in and hold at least one of each item, if not more, on the following list. Also, just to remind you that this is not in any particular order. These are just the 20 of the best things I think are worth investing in 2024. There are a few criteria I have used in order to come up with what I think is worth buying, and a bunch of that is displayability, the pack selection inside said products, and also the artworks and values of individual cards within each set and or box. So number one, we have the Arceus V figure collection. The reason I think this is worth buying is because it's still only at $40 a box, and it has Cosmic Eclipse inside as well as Brilliant Stars. Now, some of you might not be a fan of this box, but I think it has great potential because it isn't highly massively inflated and the price has been stagnant. I have seen sold listings on eBay for around $35 to $40 for the box, and I think that actually gives you really good value to get in on a very, very nice display piece. You don't have to buy too many of them, maybe just the one. Next on my list is the Brilliant Stars booster box, and the reason why I have gone for the Brilliant Stars booster box because I think that Brilliant Stars is quite an underrated set. It has a bunch of really, really nice artwork in it, obviously notwithstanding the Charizard alt art. However, overall I think the set will be looked at back in the future at a very, very favorable nostalgic way, whereby people are going to want to pull some of these alt arts. The current box price is at $158, which is starting to creep up above MSRP. Once you start to see this, I think if you delay it too long, you will miss the boat on that set. Brilliant Stars, in my opinion, is a great pickup. If you can pick up one booster box for around $150, I think it is a good buy. Number two, Chilling Rain. Chilling Rain booster boxes. Now, I think Chilling Rain, again, is a slept-on set. I think if you can pick up a booster box, which is currently trading at around about $160. Now, if you can pick up a box for about $150 on eBay or TCG Player, I think it is worth picking up. The set is amazing. There is the Blaziken, the Moltres, the Snorlax, amazing artworks. And I think in the future, people are going to look back on Chilling Reign and wish they had picked up at least one booster box. The next one, number 3, is the Charizard UPC from Sword and Shield. Now, hold there. I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh, it was printed through the ground, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know. However, this is selling way below MSRP. And we know that in Pokemon, when things are selling below MSRP, is a good time to pick up. Now, again, it's got a huge pack selection and loads of booster packs across a range of different Sword and Shield sets. It is currently trading at and selling at around about $105 to $110, which is really good value because that is below MSRP and sits between the kind of value that we're expecting to spend, less than $150 for investment. Talking about UPCs, the next one is the 151 Mew Ultra Premium Collection UPC. Again, we know that 151 brought a lot of people back into the hobby, and I think will continue to bring people, especially those who are nostalgic for Pokemon, people my age, maybe slightly younger, who have an affinity for the TCG and really, really like the original 151 Pokemon. Now, this is currently selling at below $100 per box, and we all know all the artworks within 151. There is the Charizard, the Blastoise, the Zapdos, a whole bunch of amazing artworks within the set, and I think this will perform really, really well for a long-term hold. Speaking about 151, the next thing you can pick up is the Elite Trainer Box, which is at a much lower price point, currently selling on eBay and TCG Player for around $45 to $50. You can pick up one, pick up several. I think they're a great investment for the long term. They display quite well as well. And I think, again, we've already spoken about the artworks within the set. I think the set will do well in the long term. Now, the next set is Crown Zenith. Yes, Crown Zenith ETBs are very, very worth buying. Currently, Crown Zenith is selling for around about $40 to $42 per ETB. I think that's excellent value. If you can get it for any cheaper, I would say pick up a few. I certainly have a few of these, which I've picked up in the past. And I think they would make a really, they display nicely anyway, but also I think in the long term, they will make a really, really nice investment. In Crown Zenith, of course, you've got the Giratina, you have the Mewtwo, there are plenty of V-Stars, you've got a bunch of Origin Form, the Dialga, the Palkia. The card selection within the set is amazing, and I think people are going to look back on this and really, really be impressed by the artwork and also want to pull that because the pull rates on Crown Zenith are actually very, very good. To some degree, also, it displays well as a product, but also I think the nostalgia in a few years' time for people wanting to pull those cards is going to be quite high, and people are going to want to be able to pick up that set. It also makes great for people who want to rip and make content on as well. Yes, it wouldn't be an investment video without having the next one on the list, which is an Evolving Skies ETB. Ideally, I would recommend picking up a pair of them. Currently on TCG Player, according to TCG Player, they are selling for about $171 for a pair. If you can pick one up for around $150, I've actually seen them in local games stores, LGSs, your local shops. If you have any around you, try and pick up a pair for about $150. Again, we all know the chase card in Evolving Skies being the Umbreon. However, there is the Rayquaza, there's also the Evolution line, and a bunch of really, really nice cards within the set. I think Evolving Skies booster boxes are just through the roof, not worth investing in right now, not at the current price point. However, ETBs are still relatively affordable, and if you can pick up a couple, especially the pair of the two different artworks, I'll show them on the screen, then I think it's really worth buying. Next on the list, we have Hidden Fates ETB. Yes, Hidden Fates, we know it relies on that Charizard. However, it is an amazing set overall, in my opinion. Displays really, really well. Currently, according to TCG Player, selling at around $171. However, I think that there is room and potential for that to come down a bit and maybe making some offers. If you can pick up an ETB for around about $150, I would highly recommend picking one up. I have one. I actually bought one as part of a set of 3 ETBs, Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, and Champion's Path. I was able to pick all of them up for around about $200, which was really, really good value. But that was obviously a while back. I think it was around 200. I'm going to put a screenshot up of some of the products that I've purchased on eBay just to give you an idea anyway. But yeah, Hidden Fates ETB is definitely on my list. This one is a really good one. I think Shining Legends Absolutely amazing set. If you can pick up one of the pin collection boxes, there are several. There's a Marshadow, there's a Mewtwo one, there's a Pikachu one. I think the Marshadow one is actually cheaper than the other two, selling at around about $75 per box. The Mewtwo and Pikachu ones, I think, are slightly higher at around about $90 to $100. However, it features 3 packs of Shining Legends within it, and we all know the chase card within the set is the Mewtwo, or the Mewtwo in a test tube. Absolutely brilliant artwork. I just love the set. I think it's great. And for under $100, if you're able to pick up even a couple of boxes, maybe if you see some on eBay where somebody's selling more than one, make an offer at $150 and see if you can pick up 2. This one's for the waifu boys. The next one is Ultra Prism 3-pack blister. Now, there are several versions of this. I think there's 2 or 3 different versions of this. 3-pack blisters. And now we all know with Ultra Prism, it is high concentration of trainers, which make up the majority of all of the valuable cards in the set. There is a Lily in the set. There's a bunch of others. For the waifu boys, 3-pack blisters, I think, are a great investment. Currently selling for between $45 to $50 for a 3-pack blister, sealed. Pick up 1, 2, or maybe 3. I think that's a great addition, especially if you are into the waifu kind of stuff. But also, I think in general, Ultra Prism is a good set. It's got good artwork in it, lots of trainers. So pick that up at around about $45 to $50. Next on my list, we have another booster box, and that's Astral Radiance from Sword and Shield. Now, hold tight. I know some of you are going to be thinking, what's he talking about, Astral Radiance? Look, guys, a lot of the sets that came out initially in the past, some people didn't like. They were selling below MSRP, selling below $100 a box, and look at them now. Just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, those same booster boxes are selling for double, triple MSRP. I think Astral Radiance will be looked back on very favorably. There are many, many great artworks in it. You've got the Machamp, Palkia, you have the Starmie, and a bunch of other great cards within the set. And also, the booster boxes are only selling for $125 to $130, which is below MSRP. I think anything below MSRP is definitely worth picking up. I think people will look back at Astral Radiance in the future and think, wow, that was actually a really good set. Yes, and the next one is another booster box, and this is Lost Origin booster box. Now, Lost Origin, as you know, has some amazing artworks. A few people have struggled to pull the Giratina from Lost Origin, which is basically the most expensive card in the set. However, there are a bunch of other really, really nice cards within Lost Origin. I think at the current price at around about $135 to $140, I think Lost Origin is a great option to invest in. It's still below MSRP, and I think the potential in the long term, 2 to 3 years, is going to be good on this set. Yes, I know there was a lot of reprints on the set, a lot of product available, but this is the same for anything else in the past. There's always been a lot of product, and we see prices over time increase heavily. And now we have one from the XY era, which is XY Flashfire booster packs. Now, if you can pick up the sleeved booster packs, I think they are worth definitely picking up. I picked up a couple last year. They were not the sleeved ones. They were from a reputable seller on eBay. I picked up 2 of them, and they've pretty much doubled in value since I bought them. Now, I know the booster packs are quite expensive. They're currently selling for around about $60 a pack. If you can happen to pick up maybe 3 for about $150, it's definitely worth buying. The artworks are heavily geared towards Charizard. Yes, the top 4 pulls in the set in terms of value are all Charizards. This again is investment. This is not about whether you like Charizard or not. I think that this set, I mean, look at the price of the booster boxes. They're impossible to buy. But if you can pick up sleeved booster packs, individual ones, or maybe an artwork set, anywhere around $150, I think is worth buying. Yes, next we have Silver Tempest. Now, some of you may or may not agree to this, but I think at $132 a box, according to TCG Player, I think is a really good pickup. Again, this is below MSRP, and these Sword and Shield sets are not going to remain below MSRP forever. Okay, again, I'll come back to the point that we're going to be looking to invest for at least a minimum of 3 years in these sets. So I think Silver Tempest is a great pickup. You have the Lugia, you have the Unknown, you have the Rayquaza. The artworks across the set are really, really good. So in my opinion, people are going to want these cards in the future, 2 to 3 year period, maybe even longer if you're able to hold. I think Silver Tempest really is a good set from Sword and Shield. Now on the next one, I might get some hate. My next one is Obsidian Flames Booster Box. You're going to think, what are you talking about, Baz Toys? What do you mean Obsidian Flames? Guys, listen, I know it's a Charizard heavy set, and I know the pull rates are high on it. They're very, very good. Everyone's pulled the Charizard from the set, the Ultra Rare, Secret Rare, Hyper Amazing Rare, whatever you want to call it, right? However, think about it like this, right? Right now, those booster boxes are selling for around about $95, guys. It's a win-win. There is no way that in 3 years' time, Obsidian Flames is going to be at $95, okay? There is absolutely no way. In fact, I am confident that a year from now, when we look back at this video and I do a review on all the things I told you to buy or suggested you buy, we will look back on Obsidian Flames and you will have made at least 20 to 30% on this. That's how confident I am about this set. Guys, look, listen, I know it's Charizard heavy. Who cares? This is about investment, and people are going to want those high pull rates, because pull rates on 151, for example, which is, in my opinion, a better set, are much more difficult. Those people who are going to want that degen kind of experience from ripping packs are going to be wanting to open stuff like Crown Zenith and like Obsidian Flames. So in my opinion, Obsidian Flames at $95, it's a win-win. Also, another one from Sword and Shield is Paldea Evolved. Now, again, some of you might disagree, but I think the artwork in this set is amazing. At below MSRP right now, at below $100, I think at the moment, Paldea Evolved is selling between $95 to $100 a box, a booster box. So I would highly recommend you get in there, because you've got the Iono. Okay, I know that was overhyped, but you've also got the Magikarp, the Raichu, you have the Tyranitar. There are so many good artworks in Paldea Evolved, and also the pull rates are not amazing, but they're not terrible. I think people will look back at this. Again, guys, think about it. It's below $100 a box. Now, last but not least, I wanted to throw a little bit of a curveball within the mix, and that would be one Japanese product. And for me, I would say the product that I like and I think is worth good value right now is a V-Star Universe booster box. Now, these are selling for around about $85 to $90 a box. Yes, I know that original MSRP in Japan is around $30. However, we're never going to get Japanese product at Japanese prices in the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, wherever you are. Now, the set again is basically the Japanese version of Crown Zenith. You have a bunch of V-Star equivalents in V-Star Universe, just as they are in Crown Zenith. And I think that this box in time will do really, really well. Yes, I know they printed this through the ground, but I think that V-Star Universe, just as a little bit of a curveball within there, I think that at $85 still represents good value. Potentially there is room for growth over the next 2 to 3 years, but we will review this within the next 12 months. So guys, that was my list of the 20 products I think you should buy for investment in 2024, assuming you have around $2,000. Look, this is my subjective opinion. I have everything that I have recommended you buy. I have at least one of each within all of those sets, including the V-Star Universe and a bunch of other stuff. Guys, look, nothing is guaranteed. Do not take this as investment advice. But if you've made it this far, please do consider subscribing to my channel and leave your comments down below. What would you buy for $150 or less in 2024? And why do you think it would go up in value in the next 12 months? I'll catch you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care.